arrived in Indiana, ESPN said Caitlin Clark is not a top 5 player. The New York Liberty are creating a super team, and Unrivaled crowns their very first champions. You guys, there is so much to talk about today, so let's jump.
Think again. Just when you thought the WNBA drama was cooling down, it's not. In fact, it's heating up in the pettiest, most hilarious way you can bet. Angel Reese wasn't exactly thrilled when she recently saw her former teammate, Brianna Turner, working out with none other than Caitlin Clark. Yeah, that Caitlin Clark. The same Clark who's been at the center of every headline, every debate, and every rivalry in women's basketball. And now, Brianna Turner is out here putting up shots with her? Phew, today, we're breaking down the social media chaos, the side eyes, and the petty shade that followed. Was it betrayal? Was it envy? Or was it just plain old WNBA drama at its finest? Let's get into it.
It's looking like the Indiana Fever have signed a perfect player to have beside Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Dwana Bonner, Tasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall. Who else? Sydney Colson's still on this team, Damaris Dantas, and were they drafted?
Could Angel Reese be gunning for a spot in the X-Friends Hall of Fame? Because what we're witnessing might be the biggest betrayal since Caesar got stabbed in the back. It's official, Brianna Turner and Reese are no longer tight. And judging by Reese's recent behavior, you'd think she was auditioning for a reality show. Honestly, who didn't see this coming? Meanwhile, Turner seems to be thriving. She's clicked instantly with Caitlin Clark and her squad, and from the looks of it, they're getting along really well. Turns out, skill and genuine teamwork might just be more powerful than ego. Who would have thought? Drama aside, we might be seeing how real chemistry on and off the court can outshine personal grudges, and something tells me, this story's just getting started.
And of course you have Caitlin, she had such a phenomenal rookie season, so many great accolades, and I think the jumping from season 1 to season 2 players can also make a really big jump, so I'm excited to see her growth from year 1 and year 2, and she hasn't reached her ceiling yet either, so I'm really excited to watch her growth as well.
But what are you on the court? What sort of attributes do you think you're going to bring? And
Angel Reese's fury over all this adds the perfect dose of humor to the mayhem. Imagine thinking you're basketball royalty, only to find out your former teammate would rather kick it with someone else. And not just anyone, we're talking about Caitlin Clark. The same player who's been making Reese's game look like YMCA pickup in comparison. If that's not cold, poetic justice, I don't know what is.
A workout video with Brianna Turner and Caitlin Clark. Now, this is the first video where we've seen 2 players working out together from this team, so I want to live react to it with you guys. So obviously Coach KP is there. I feel like he never leaves the gym. You have Caitlin coming across the screen for a 3. It looks like with all of these, they're working on a screen and roll with Brianna.
At a recent autograph signing, Brianna Turner made her exit with more enthusiasm than the fans rushing for Caitlin Clark's signature. And while Angel Reese probably assumed Brianna would always stay in her shadow, forever hyping up her larger-than-life reputation, that's clearly not the case anymore. Turns out, acting entitled, throwing dagger stares like a Disney villain, and constantly chasing the spotlight doesn't exactly scream great teammate. And now, people are starting to take notice. The vibe within their circle is shifting, and the rivalry? Oh, it's getting even juicier.
A calming presence. I feel like I never get too high or get too low. People are like, why don't you smile more? Why don't you get excited? I'm like, I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. I feel like I'm really an observer. But I am really competitive as well. I like to run the floor, like to play defense, like to win. And I think the Fever was a place to be if I wanted to win.
Angel Reese might be feeling a little sad, or maybe just plain bitter, watching Brianna Turner click effortlessly with Caitlin Clark. Reese's shock at this new dynamic is like someone accidentally grabbing a live wire, painful and completely avoidable. By now, you'd think she'd realize that her over-the-top antics and constant need for the spotlight weren't exactly helping build team chemistry. But, clearly, that lesson hasn't sunk in. Chances are, as Turner and Clark shine together, Angel's off somewhere scribbling a petty comeback or gearing up for her next dramatic outburst. Imagine her disbelief. How dare they choose teamwork and talent over her theatrical side eyes and dramatic monologues? As if sportsmanship and actual teamwork matter in, team sports. Looks like Angel missed that memo while she was too busy crafting her personal brand. Watching Reese play lately feels like watching someone trip over themselves and insist it was part of the plan. Meanwhile, Turner and Clark are out there looking like a perfectly synchronized duo, running plays like they've been teammates for years. Sure, Angel. We all believe you. Reese's carefully curated image is unraveling fast. One minute, she's trying to be the face of women's basketball. The next, she's sulking on the sidelines while Turner thrives. It's like watching your ex move on and be happier with someone new, except in this case, everyone saw it coming. The difference between these two situations? It highlights exactly why respect, trust, and actual teamwork matter just as much as confidence. Maybe more.
Say, for WNBA players, they should all stay off the tweet. If they can stay off Twitter, if that's the thing, if you can stay off Twitter and you're a Fever player, you're going to do well. You're going to do really, really well. But, yeah, obviously she's done that. She's turned off replies. And with that being said, like, she is an unbelievable...
It might just be time for Angel Reese to consider something radical. Humility. Wild concept, huh? Imagine putting the team's needs ahead of her own, sharing the spotlight instead of hogging it, and, brace yourself, not treating every game like a personal flex contest. But let's be honest, that kind of self-awareness is tough when your entire brand is built on bluster and bravado. So, congratulations to the WNBA's newest dynamic duo, Brianna Turner and Caitlin Clark. While they're out there planning their glow-up and plotting their ascent in Indiana, probably braiding each other's hair as we speak, Angel can stew in her melodrama, wondering why no one wants to play in her sandbox. Spoiler alert, it's because she keeps flinging sand in everyone's eyes, and let's not overlook the delicious twist here. Turner, who once threw shade at Caitlin Clark, has now done a full 180. That jab? Forgotten. This unexpected alliance has left Angel Reese as the ultimate third wheel, watching from the sidelines as her old teammate and her biggest rival click like BFFs at summer camp. Imagine thinking you're the Regina George of women's hoops, only to find out you're giving off serious Gretchen Wiener's energy instead. Yeah, that's tough for Reese. This is a brutal plot twist. But for the rest of us? Grab the popcorn. The WNBA drama just keeps getting better.
I don't want there to be any team situations where you're coming between the Indiana Fever and that locker room, girl. I'm gonna make that very clear. I don't want to see that at all. So once again, you cleaned it up. You mentioned Caitlin Clark. You mentioned she hasn't hit her ceiling as well. But she is the offense here. She is the number one option. She is the franchise player. I think you need to give recognition to
the reunion of Turner and Clark feels straight out of a teen movie, that scene where two former rivals suddenly realize they'd rather team up than deal with the drama queen. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is left standing there like a forgotten Netflix series. Once trending, now tragically obsolete as Reese watches Turner building real chemistry with Clark, you almost feel bad for her. Almost. But then you remember the endless rant sessions, the over-the-top dramatics, and those tantrums that make a toddler in the cereal aisle look emotionally balanced. Suddenly, any sympathy evaporates faster than Angel's credibility. Clark? She's probably too busy lighting up arenas to care, and Turner deserves an Oscar for her performance, flawlessly acting like there are zero lingering issues. And if this whole thing is making Reese spiral? Yeah, that's a safe bet. Cue the passive-aggressive Instagram stories. The cryptic subtweets. The "I'm unbothered" energy that absolutely screams bothered. It's the basketball version of your ex-bestie ghosting you on social media while you sip your overpriced iced coffee and pretend it's fine. Spoiler, it's not fine.
At her peak, she's been one of the best top 5 defenders in the WNBA, and this is exactly what the Fever need. The Fever need defense on their bench. They don't need a scorer. They don't need somebody to go and take 20 shots a game. They don't even need someone to average 5 points per game. They literally need somebody that goes out there, knows their role, sets screens, rolls to the basket, shoots 50% on layups, can score a couple of fast break layups by just outrunning their matchup, gets rebounds.
Let's talk about Indiana's smooth transition, from soap opera drama to a real dynamic duo, faster than you'd upgrade to the latest iPhone. Angel Reese, who once imagined herself reigning supreme in her fantasy basketball kingdom, is now officially outdated. Picture realizing you're not the Beyoncé of your sport, but more like Michelle, slowly fading into the background while Brianna Turner and Caitlin Clark steal every headline. Painful, right? Maybe even more painful than clanking a crucial free throw in a championship game. And if there's one person who knows that feeling intimately, it's Reese. Did Angel see this coming? Doubtful. She spent so much time acting like the sun rises and sets on planet Reese, she probably thought Brianna would orbit her forever. Now, watching Turner get close with Clark must sting. But let's be real, Reese's ego has likely cooked up a conspiracy theory that this is some elaborate scheme to discredit her. Spoiler alert, it's not sabotage. It's simple. People just prefer teammates who aren't constantly auditioning for a daytime Emmy.
That all these people who hated the Indiana Fever last year is finally coming around to sign with the team. Go figure. Now, I don't know the whole initial thing about this signing, maybe for depth, defensive purposes, but it is funny to see how what a year makes when the Indiana Fever is one of the, not one, but is the top team in the WNBA.
The self-declared queen, Angel Reese, is losing followers faster than a reality TV star sheds sponsorship deals. Imagine being so exhausting that your teammates start planning escape routes mid-season, plotting their dramatic exit from the UD Diva disaster aura. But Brianna Turner didn't just walk away from the chaos, she upgraded.
Really, it's like a calming presence. I feel like I never get too high or get too low. People are like, why don't you smile more? Why don't you get excited? I'm like, I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. Like, I feel like I'm really an observer. But I am really competitive as well. I like to run the floor, like to play defense, like to win. And I think the Fever was the place to be.
From playing sidekick in Angel's weekly circus to chasing championships with none other than Caitlin Clark. Talk about a glow up. That's the basketball equivalent of trading in a rusty tricycle for a brand new Tesla. Honestly, Angel losing teammates is about as surprising as rain being wet. But seeing players sprinting toward Caitlin Clark's team? Now that's poetic justice. It's like swapping out a knockoff purse for the real deal, minus the weekly tantrums and outbursts that belong on daytime TV, not the hardwood. Even Reese's most loyal stans have to be questioning their allegiance at this point, and let's be real, if she keeps pushing teammates away, the team bus might end up empty, leaving her plenty of room to stretch out and finally give her ego the space it clearly demands.
There. But nice easy catch and finish. Skip pass. Clark spots up and shoot. Little floater. Caitlin working on the...
Let's talk about Brianna Turner. The moment she watched Caitlin Clark casually draining threes like it was a warm-up drill, it hit her, an epiphany so powerful, it was like a divine spotlight beamed down from the basketball gods. She probably thought, wait, basketball can be fun and dramatic? Ditching Angel Reese for Clark was like sprinting away from an awkward family Thanksgiving dinner, emotionally drained, but deeply relieved to be free. Honestly, Turner might have set speed records with how fast she bolted, leaving skid marks on the hardwood as she escaped Angel's orbit. Now, let's appreciate the irony. Angel Reese, who views herself as basketball royalty, is getting ditched faster than last season's sneakers. Teammates are choosing to be scrutinized in public just for the privilege of playing with Caitlin Clark. Can you imagine the internal struggle? It's like being asked to pick between a 5-star resort and a budget motel with sketchy free Wi-Fi. Tough call, but not really. Who wouldn't choose Clark? It's like asking if you'd rather eat reheated leftovers or enjoy a Michelin-starred meal. Angel. Perpetually the bridesmaid, or, let's be honest, the unwelcome guest watching from the sidelines. Seeing her former teammates thrive on a championship-caliber squad without her? You know that's eating her alive. Maybe it's time Angel starts taking notes. Real ones. Step 1, stop pushing teammates away. Step 2, try following Caitlin Clark's lead. Sure, the truth stings, but not nearly as much as watching your roster shrink faster than ice cream on a summer day.
Something I'm gonna tell y'all. Indiana, do not sleep us. Like, I believe in Stephanie Way. I really do. I really do. Like, for real, for real.
Let's take a moment to congratulate Brianna Turner on her successful escape from the Angel ridiculous drama. Seriously, someone get her a medal. And Angel, if you're paying attention, and we know you are, maybe it's time to take a breath, or 10, before you find yourself eyeing the janitor as your next best teammate. Things are getting that dire now. Caitlin Clark's ability to elevate the players around her? That's starting to look very relevant here. Meanwhile, over in Chicago, the vibe is different. The Indiana Fever are quietly plotting their course to championship glory. They're building something real. Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky? They're scrambling just to look like playoff contenders. And it shows. As for Angel? Where do we even start? Sure, she's got skills. No one's denying that. But watching her try to lead a team is like watching a kid run a school bake sale with no plan and a megaphone. It's loud, chaotic, and someone's leaving in tears. She'll give you some highlight plays, no question, but is she making her team better? Is she turning Chicago into a playoff powerhouse? Or is she that player, The one who insists on taking the game-winning shot, bricks it, then blames the refs. Spoiler alert, it's always the latter. Always.